today's digital economy, customers are more powerful, knowledgeable, and brand savvy. In fact, a customer's experience with an organisation is often an indicator of how an organisation is performing overall. Organisations are looking at customer engagement as a strategic advantage. Developing a loyal customer base of followers or raving fans is considered a key competitive advantage and the holy grail. Why? Because when an organisation has truly engaged customers, performance skyrockets. They grow faster and they're more profitable. So what does this mean? Well, it means corporate Australia needs to invest in recruiting and developing talent within their organisations who are passionate about the customer experience. And it's not just frontline talent. After all, every employee in an organisation is part of the customer value chain. And nowhere is this more important than in human resources. HR is the talent portal for the organisation. They're the builders of organisational capability and the custodians of culture. And we all know that a strong culture drives strong performance for an organisation. So we see an amazing opportunity for HR leaders to make a strategic impact in their organisations and contribute directly to enhanced organisational performance by aligning people strategies with customer strategies. This is what we call the triple bottom line, and our methodology to do it is called Heartonomics. Our view is that emotional intelligence is the key, the driving force between enhancing customer engagement through human resources. It's a well-known fact that leaders with high EI have higher performing teams with higher employee engagement. What's not so well documented is the relationship between emotional intelligence on the front line and customer experience. On the front line of organisations, emotional intelligence is just as important because each and every interaction with a customer represents a unique and valuable opportunity to connect that customer to the brand and send them away as a brand advocate. But that only happens when we build trust, connect personally, deliver solutions that are relevant to that person's individual situation. And there's a special type of employee that's able to do this. It's a frontline employee who has emotional intelligence. In fact, in a recent research study that we conducted at Future People, we measured the emotional intelligence of over 1,000 frontline employees in contact centres. And what we found was that emotional intelligence attributed more than 50% of performance in a contact centre. Even more interesting is the fact that emotional intelligence competencies were correlated with things like customer advocacy, sales, and the productivity of contact centre employees, as well as how constructively those employees contributed to the workplace culture. But there's clearly some sort of gap, because research suggests that 80% of CEOs think they deliver amazing service to their customers, but only 8% of their customers agree. So what is that gap? We believe that gap is emotional intelligence. So how do we get it? How do we develop it? Isn't it something you're born with? Many people think that EQ is just like IQ. You're born with it and stuck with it. The wonderful thing about emotional intelligence is that it can be developed. And in fact, research suggests that even just in a 12-month period, someone can increase their emotional intelligence by 20 points. So there's an opportunity here for organisations and HR leaders to build the emotional capability of their organisation to be more resilient and more customer focused and more engaging. How does Future People help you enhance your organisation's engagement capability? Well, it's pretty straightforward actually. First of all, we need to understand the role that emotional intelligence plays in your organisation's performance. We need to understand what engagement means in your organisation. We then develop your own emotional quotient DNA profile. What that means is that for every new hire you bring into the organisation, you can quickly and easily evaluate them against your ideal profile using our online tool. But recruiting, as we know, is not enough. To engage great talent who are going to engage internally and with customers in a really great way means we need to develop them and create a culture of engagement. And that's where our range of emotional intelligence training programs for leaders and employees throughout the organisation come into play, helping employees develop those emotional competencies that link to high performance in your environment. So there's a unique opportunity available here to HR leaders to enhance organisational capability, emotional capability, engagement capability by focusing on emotional intelligence. We have a unique formula for understanding how to develop and recruit for emotional fitness that will go straight to your bottom line. So, get engaged, gain emotional intelligence, be extraordinary.